Good morning, it is Wednesday, June 17th, 2026, and welcome to the show.
We are so glad you are starting your morning with us. We have a packed lineup today.
If you are stepping out here in Parker, Colorado, it is currently 74 degrees and clear skies, heading for a high of 90 and a low of 48 tonight.
That is absolutely gorgeous weather, a perfect excuse to take the podcast on a morning walk.
You will definitely want to stay tuned, because today we are covering a historic day at the World Cup, a massive Wall Street debut for SpaceX, and some alarming government interventions in the AI space.
I am ready when you are.
Alright, let's talk US news, though our first few stories are completely dominating screens worldwide right now.
You are talking about the World Cup, which has just been delivering incredible, jaw-dropping moments back-to-back this week.
Exactly. And we have to start with Lionel Messi, who just netted a brilliant hat trick that ties Miroslav Klose's all-time record for the most World Cup goals.
That is 16 goals across his World Cup career, which is just an astronomical achievement when you think about the level of competition.
It really is, especially considering the immense pressure on him at this stage in his career, but this milestone further solidifies his legacy as arguably the greatest player in football history.
What does that mean for us as viewers watching this tournament unfold over the next few weeks?
It means we are witnessing sports history in real time, and every single time Argentina takes the pitch now, it is going to be a global must-watch event to see if he breaks the tie.
I know I will be tuning in. It is just impossible to look away when he has the ball at his feet.
Absolutely, but Messi wasn't the only one making massive headlines on the pitch yesterday.
No, he wasn't, because Erling Haaland finally made his highly anticipated World Cup debut. And he scored 2 goals to power Norway past Iraq.
That is a huge result for Norway, especially since there were so many lingering questions about whether his dominant club form would translate to the international stage.
He answered those questions pretty definitively, showing that his physical and tactical dominance works just as well on the sport's biggest international stage.
It really marks a successful transition for him, and it makes Norway a much more intimidating opponent for anyone else in their group moving forward.
It is going to be fascinating to see how far he can carry that team on his shoulders.
Speaking of intimidating teams, Kylian Mbappé stole the show with an absolute belter of a goal as France saw off a very late, very tough challenge from Senegal.
Senegal really brought the heat in the second half. They did not back down at all, but that goal from Mbappé was just spectacular.
It was a masterclass in striking, and the win really showcases France's offensive fluidity right now.
They have such strong international momentum going. It feels like they are operating on a completely different wavelength than some of the other top-tier teams in the tournament.
They definitely are, and keeping that momentum is going to be crucial as they advance into the knockout stages.
Shifting gears from the soccer pitch to the basketball court, the NBA is celebrating some massive numbers this morning.
They certainly are, as the New York Knicks' historic championship run just scored the best NBA Finals television audience since 1998.
Wow, 1998 takes us all the way back to the Michael Jordan era, which shows just how big of a draw this series was for casual fans.
The rating surge underscores the massive commercial appeal of a winning New York basketball franchise.
What does that mean for the league's upcoming media rights deals and overall revenue projections?
It gives the NBA incredible leverage at the negotiating table, proving that when major legacy markets are competitive, the national viewership numbers absolutely skyrocket.
It is a great day to be a long-suffering Knicks fan, and a great day to be an American track and field fan too.
You are right about that, because Noah Lyles just broke the world record in the 150-meter race at the Golden Spike meet.
And he didn't just break the record. He defeated the Australian rising sensation Gout Gout in a thrilling head-to-head matchup.
The victory firmly cements Lyle's status as the world's premier sprinter right now.
That is such a critical confidence boost for him ahead of the upcoming major world championships later this year.
It sets up a fascinating narrative for the summer, watching him defend that premier status against incredibly talented younger challengers like Gout Gout.
Wrapping up our US segment, we have some massive news from the global box office.
Toy Story 5 is currently eyeing a record-breaking $275 million global franchise record opening weekend.
That is an unbelievable number for a franchise that has been around for almost 30 years at this point.
The the strong projection demonstrates the enduring commercial power of Pixar's flagship franchise.
It proves that audiences are still deeply invested in Woody, Buzz, and the rest of the characters, no matter how many sequels we get.
It also shows that the theatrical experience for major family films is still incredibly lucrative.
Next up, global news.
Let's turn our attention abroad, starting with a very concerning cybersecurity report regarding Chinese hackers.
This is the espionage group that abused Google Workspace rules to steal research and defense emails, right?
Yes, a China-linked espionage group compromised North American medical, academic, and military networks over an extended period.
How exactly did they manage to pull that off without triggering immediate alarms from IT departments?
They manipulated Google Workspace rules to quietly exfiltrate emails, which is a highly sophisticated and stealthy campaign.
It demonstrates how attackers can abuse legitimate cloud configuration settings to maintain long-term, undetected access.
Exactly, because the system thinks it is just executing standard user-defined forwarding rules, making it incredibly hard for traditional security tools to catch.
Moving over to Eastern Europe, Ukraine has hit a major political milestone in its geopolitical journey.
Ukraine has officially commenced the first phase of its European Union membership negotiations.
They are describing this as a historic Rubicon moment for the country's future.
It marks a significant step forward in Ukraine's geopolitical integration with the West, especially amid its ongoing conflict with Russia.
What does that mean for us and for the broader stability of the European continent?
It sends a clear, unified signal that the EU is committed to Ukraine's long-term future, though the actual accession process will still take years of complex institutional reforms.
In the tech policy world, OpenAI is making some significant diplomatic moves in Europe as well.
Yes, OpenAI has officially announced its support for the EU Code of Practice on transparency of AI-generated content.
Their stated goal is to foster a trustworthy digital ecosystem, which is becoming increasingly vital as generative AI becomes ubiquitous.
This commitment builds on the company's ongoing efforts to establish clear provenance standards for AI media.
It is a proactive step to get ahead of deepfakes and misinformation by clearly labeling what is and isn't AI generated across the internet.
Speaking of AI and misinformation, OpenAI also released a stark report regarding foreign interference here in the US.
They reported that state-linked influence operations originating from the PRC are actively targeting public debates surrounding AI policy.
This highlights the growing geopolitical tension and foreign interference campaigns focused specifically on critical technology sectors.
It is alarming to see foreign actors trying to manipulate our domestic legislative conversations about such a crucial emerging technology.
It really is, and it shows that AI policy is now viewed as a core pillar of modern national security.
Next up, we are looking at India and Tamil Nadu.
Moving over to India, the government there has taken a very drastic step to combat academic corruption.
They have outright banned the Telegram messaging app in an attempt to curb paper leaks for the NEET medical entrance exam.
This drastic measure raises critical questions about the effectiveness of platform bans in tackling systemic academic corruption and digital piracy.
Right, because bad actors can simply migrate to another encrypted platform, leaving the root causes of the exam leaks completely unaddressed.
In financial news from the region, a new CAG report reveals some stark fiscal disparities among Indian states.
13 states, including Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat, actually recorded a revenue surplus in fiscal year 2025.
But on the flip side, 15 other states faced significant revenue deficits.
This fiscal disparity highlights uneven economic recovery and varying financial management capabilities across different state governments.
Finally, for this region, India is facing some severe weather challenges that could heavily impact the broader economy.
The nationwide monsoon deficit has reached an alarming 35% as the progress of rain cloud stalls before reaching Mumbai.
This delay threatens agricultural output and water security in central and western India.
That is a huge concern, because a poor harvest could easily trigger a spike in food prices, raising fears over potential inflation.
Next up, markets and finance. All right, let's talk markets, and we absolutely have to start with the blockbuster event of the year, the SpaceX IPO.
This is the historic Nasdaq stock market debut, we have all been anticipating for years.
Elon Musk's SpaceX raised $85.7 billion, which is a staggering $10 billion more than initially estimated by Wall Street analysts.
That record-breaking IPO solidifies the company's financial dominance across the aerospace and emerging technology sectors.
And the market reaction was immediate and explosive, with SpaceX shares surging nearly 20% on their very first day of trading.
What does that mean for us, and for the average retail investor who can finally buy into this company?
This milestone IPO represents a massive shift in valuation and public investment access for the private aerospace sector.
It really opens the floodgates for space economy investments, which were previously locked entirely behind private equity and venture capital doors.
In traditional financial markets, the London Stock Exchange Group, or LSEG, is making some major efficiency gains using artificial intelligence.
They are integrating OpenAI's models directly with their global data platform to scale trusted AI solutions.
This partnership has significantly accelerated their product release cycles, bringing them down from 6 months to approximately 2 weeks.
That kind of speed is going to give them a massive competitive edge in the fast-paced financial data space.
But as financial tech advances, so do the threats, and there is a new Android banking Trojan we need to warn listeners about.
It is named Rokarala, and it aggressively targets over 200 financial and cryptocurrency applications.
The malware steals PINs, SMS codes, and directly drains funds from user crypto wallets.
That is terrifying, especially since this sophisticated malware grants attackers near-total remote control over infected mobile devices.
It is a stark reminder to only download apps from verified sources and to be extremely cautious with the permissions you grant to new apps.
Shifting to the crypto mining sector, it seems like the big industry pivot to AI is hitting a massive financial roadblock.
A new VanEck report highlights that Bitcoin miners who are pivoting to AI infrastructure face a near-term funding gap of $50 billion.
And their long-term capital needs to build out this infrastructure could reach up to $221 billion.
This reality check shifts investor focus from simple contract announcements to actual, on-the-ground execution risks.
Right, because retrofitting facilities and building high-density data centers for AI is vastly more expensive and complex than setting up basic Bitcoin mining rigs.
Exactly, and institutional investors are starting to realize that not every miner is going to be able to make that leap successfully.
Meanwhile, Coinbase is making a major strategic push into traditional finance to diversify its platform offerings.
They are introducing an AI advisor, stock options, and pre-IPO markets directly on their platform.
This move represents a major push as the exchange aims to become an all-in-one financial services platform, rather than just a pure crypto exchange.
Next up, tech and AI. Let's dive into tech, where we have a flurry of critical security alerts and some major, unprecedented regulatory drama.
The regulatory news is genuinely shocking, involving Anthropic and their newest, most advanced AI models.
Anthropic has officially taken its new Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5 AI models offline following a direct U.S. government export control directive.
The restriction completely bars foreign nationals from accessing the services, which is a massive blow to their global rollout.
This highlights escalating national security interventions in advanced AI deployment at the federal level.
What does that mean for us, and for the future of open, collaborative AI research?
It means the government is officially treating top-tier AI models as weapons-grade technology, and they are aggressively stepping in to control who gets to use them.
The idea that these dangerous AI models are coming no matter what has clearly pushed regulators to take drastic, immediate action.
It is a massive paradigm shift in how the tech industry operates globally, and we are likely to see more of these interventions.
Speaking of government tech issues, U.S. lawmakers are demanding answers from CISA right now.
Yes, a government contractor accidentally leaked AWS GovCloud keys and sensitive agency secrets on a public GitHub repository.
That is a catastrophic operational security failure for the very agency that is tasked with protecting our national cyber infrastructure.
The incident has triggered intense congressional scrutiny as the agency struggles to contain the exposure of these highly privileged credentials.
When keys like that are left out in the open, the potential blast radius across secure government networks is absolutely terrifying.
It really is, and it is going to lead to some very uncomfortable, highly publicized hearings in Washington.
We also have a massive one-click vulnerability in Microsoft 365 Copilot that security researchers just disclosed.
This flaw could have allowed attackers to steal emails, files, and multi-factor authentication codes with just a single click from the user.
By chaining 3 different bugs together, attackers were able to seamlessly bypass traditional anti-phishing filters.
They did this by utilizing legitimate Microsoft domains to exfiltrate the sensitive data back to their own servers.
That makes it incredibly difficult for users to spot the attack, because the malicious requests look like they are coming from a trusted source.
It is a stark reminder of the immense risks involved when deeply integrating AI assistants into our core enterprise productivity suites.
Over on the Google side, there was also a critical vulnerability discovered in the Google Cloud Vertex AI SDK.
This flaw allowed unauthorized attackers to hijack machine learning model uploads via a technique known as bucket squatting.
This highlights emerging security risks in AI development pipelines, which are rapidly becoming prime targets for cybercriminals.
When malicious code can be executed within the serving infrastructure itself, it compromises the entire integrity of the AI model being deployed.
And the open-source AI community isn't safe either, as we saw with the LiteLLM vulnerability chain.
That flaw in the LiteLLM open-source AI gateway allows low-privilege users to gain full administrative access and execute arbitrary code on servers.
This vulnerability exposes sensitive API keys for over 100 integrated model providers.
It really highlights the critical security gaps in the foundational infrastructure that many startup companies use to deploy AI.
With all these vulnerabilities piling up, it is no surprise that Microsoft just had a record-breaking patch Tuesday for June 2026.
They released software updates to patch nearly 200 security vulnerabilities across Windows and supported software.
The massive release is critical as dozens of the bugs are rated critical, and several already have public exploit code available in the wild.
Let's end the show on a lighter, truly fascinating note from deep space exploration.
The James Webb Space Telescope has mapped extreme weather patterns on a scorching exoplanet light-years away.
And the weather forecast there calls for rain, but specifically, it rains rubies and sapphires.
The extreme temperatures on this gas giant allow for clouds of corundum, which is the exact mineral that forms those precious stones.
This observation offers unprecedented insights into the atmospheric dynamics of gas giants outside our solar system.
It is just mind-blowing to imagine a massive alien world where the clouds are literally made of liquid gemstones.
It really puts our 74-degree clear skies here in Parker into perspective. Today's theme is clearly about shifting paradigms, whether it is Messi cementing his legacy on the pitch, SpaceX rewriting the rules of the aerospace market, or AI forcing governments to rethink national security from the ground up.
It is a wild world out there, both on Earth and on planets raining rubies. Thanks for joining us this morning. Stay safe online, and we will see you tomorrow.